Hello, 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 hello. Victory Screech! What's up, Dark? Let me know if the sound is okay. Yo, Zezel. I feel like it's a little wonk. It was acting a little weird. Oops, shit. Let me check all my settings real quick before we check. Anyone, subscribers, please. Live reactions off. Save. No slow mode. Hopefully that's fine. Hey, yo. Am I doing a winning? Sound is fine. Okay, thank you. Hey, Anna. You know what? I kind of feel like I might be doing the winning lately. I'm feeling pretty okay. I turned subscribers only on because I feel like maybe we'll get less trolls that way. I wish this could be like, maybe if I do that. What's up? What's up, Sweet Lou? How you doing? Also, I think I might have slightly fixed my the stepper because it was acting kind of weird. I mean, it doesn't stay tight. So I think I might have fixed it a little bit. So that's better. Actually, I feel like I should put my ass to the screen, but then I can't read the chat. Oh well. Yeah, the toad is here. I'm not gonna pick him up, even though I want to. He's been a little, I don't know if I mentioned that Mafik had like cat flu. I think Totoro might be getting it. Her walking pad has a crack forming in the middle of it. Like, in the, like the plastic part? Or the belt. Tried to guess the OOTD color. Said something green, was I right? It is. Shorts are green shorts and a dark gray top, which is open back. The flat part that the belt wraps around, ooh. I don't know how long you've had it, but maybe you want to check if there's like a warranty on that. Your wife is letting you watch the stream today, winky face. Okay, hopefully that's a joke. Otherwise, I'm a little concerned. Stream main toe in the house. That's your favorite color, green? I also really like this green color. What's up, Angeles? Oh, it's Storm. How you doing, Storm? Oh, you've had it for a while. Hopefully you've had it long enough that you feel like you got your money's worth. Sometimes that's the best we can hope for. You get a new one, you will. You don't tell the person who gifted it to me anyways. Oh, yeah, okay. Well, yeah, so you definitely got your money's worth. Hey, Mr. Oddity. Okay. You should play the lottery. You guess forest green. It is kind of like a forest green, I think. I do quite like this green color. Welcome to the stream, everybody. My name is Chris, aka Terrible Hime. I am a fitness enthusiast, sometimes making fitness, sometimes making other random content on the internet, here on YouTube, and sometimes other places. I try to provide an inclusive and educational place where you can learn and hang out and chat and hopefully not take psychic damage. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, just go ahead and throw them in chat or in the comments. I have been working out for around 10-ish years. Right now I am in a weight loss phase, trying specifically for fat loss. And I'm doing that through a calorie deficit with absolutely no cardio. What else would I say about myself? I don't know. Born and raised in the USA. I don't feel good or bad about that, really, to be honest. Yeah, if you made it to the stream, I super duper appreciate you. If you're catching the VOD after the fact, I also super duper appreciate you. Your watch hours count and are valid no matter when or how you are watching. So thank you, thank you, thank you. The most terrible of times. Hey William, hey Savar, hey Reyes, hey Owen. Workday's just wrapping it up. You don't even have to drive home. That's awesome. I love that. I love not having to drive around all over the place. Hey, basalts. Forest green, wait, green forest green. That's true. Some good pointing today. We are gesticulating. Is it important that we not hold against ourselves they were born in the USA without choosing that? I mean, there are honestly worse places that you could be born, you know? I like where I live, and I'm glad that I live in my specific area, and I understand that there's a lot of people that are not as privileged as I am and are probably taking a lot more psychic damage because of the state of the USA, but you know, it is what it is. You're mostly memeing, to be clear. I am also mostly memeing. People talking if this is subs only. Got a lot of people. Well, so it's subscribers only. So if you are subscribed to my YouTube channel, it's basically the equivalent of following on Twitch. So, you know, that, you know, I think it's just gonna help reduce the amount of trolls we get, which we tend to get sometimes. So yeah, it's not a big, it's basically followers only, but I don't really feel some type of way. You only have to be subscribed for 5 minutes to be able to chat. And I don't think that's a big ask, but you know, it is what it is. I'm trying to I'm trying to take as little psychic damage as possible. So that's just something I'm doing for myself. Hey Acro, hey Corsair. Wait, is trolling worse here or on Twitch? It is. I don't know if there's one that's worse or better. I mean, trolling is always bad. Due to the reduced amount of followers and I have here on this platform, I think it's probably not as bad, but it is more difficult for me to moderate on YouTube. So yeah, it is what it is. And I will say it, you know, it's not really that big of a deal. It's just a little disruptive when we already are not spending a whole lot of time together live over the internet. Do you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I think it's not that big a deal for me to set it to subscribers only. And if people are, you know, incensed by having to subscribe to my channel, then they don't have to and they can just go away. I, generally speaking, don't let those kind of things bother me. Like for myself, you know, if somebody's like, oh, you look like a man, or, oh, you need God, or, you know, stuff like that. Those are like the usual sort of like trolls we get here on YouTube. Hey, Urban Prince. That stuff doesn't bother me. I generally don't care about the opinions of people, the general public at large. I just don't really care about what people have to say or what people think about me. But I do think that it is disruptive for the stream, you know, people coming in chat, saying stuff like that when we're trying to have a conversation or something like that. So I would just prefer that it didn't happen, even though it doesn't really bother me that much on a personal level, if that makes sense. If that makes sense. This is also a reminder that next week I will not be streaming because I have an IRL work trip. So I will be out of town and I won't be streaming. So there's your heads up about that. I am hoping to have a good time because I do have some friends, some work friends that I quite like, but at the same time, it's pretty disruptive to my overall schedule and stuff like that. Oh, we should do like maybe like a yeah, I'll basically be gone all week, so I wouldn't even be able to do like a makeup stream really. I probably will be gone from Sunday to Sunday to Sunday. Let's see, what are we talking about? So yeah, if you take psychic damage when hearing other people talk about weight loss or what they're doing to lose weight, please see yourself out of the stream right now, because that's what I'm going to do an update on, my current weight loss protocol and like how it's going for me. So I'll give you a couple seconds to see yourself out. And now I'm going to talk about it. I've hit a couple new low weigh-ins this week. I remembered to bring my phone this time, which is good. I can show you kind of like how my weight is going down. You're staying. You don't feel like going. You like it here. Look, if it doesn't do you psychic damage, then don't worry about it. So here's my weigh-ins for the last however long, since the end of May, June, July, about 2 months. On the way down, I hit, let's see, a new low of 154.1 on Monday, looks like, which is pretty good. I'm hoping to get down into the high 140s by the end of September, so it looks like I'm on track. I'm using Macro Factor to tell me my macros, and it updates every week. On Monday, it dropped my calories just a little bit. So my goal right now is 1606 calories, 142 protein, 53 fat, and 138 carbs. Where did you start? How long you've been cutting? So I started my cut on May 27th, and my highest weigh-in, that was right when I got back from vacation, I think. My highest weigh-in was 164.9 pounds. I am 5'7", mid-30s. Yeah, 5'7", mid-30s, working out for about 10 years. At the start of my weight loss, I would say I was over 20% body fat, and I have a little bit of a hard time kind of guesstimating my body fat percentage, but I'm probably under 20% now. Okay, see you later, Mr. Oddity. I would say, I'm not sure if I would qualify it as exactly 10 pounds down. So in Macro Factor, they give you this weight trend graph. I'm not sure if you can kind of see it. So you see that really light squiggly line that goes up and down a lot? That is the scale weight, and the darker line is the weight trend. So it is saying that I'm maybe like it's saying I've got like a 8.5 pound difference since the beginning. So I think that's pretty good. I was aiming for about 10 pounds of weight loss. And I also would like to qualify, for most women, 1,600 calories to lose weight is not that low. I think if it weren't for the amount of muscle mass I already had, somebody my height would normally probably have to be much lower calories. I also don't do any cardio. I'm only lifting weights. I'm not really doing anything specific to increase my TDEE either, my total daily energy expenditure. During my workouts, when I am doing my lifting workouts, sometimes I will do exercises that take a little bit more cardiovascular effort. So one thing I have, hey, what's up, Nancy? One thing I did do is instead of doing just straight overhead press for my shoulders, I'm doing kind of a clean and press because it takes a little bit more effort. If I'm just hanging out down here while Joey is finishing his workout, or, you know, I've mentioned that we are working out / training his friend and his friend's son. If I'm just hanging out, sometimes I'll just do just like a ton of really light leg press just to like do stuff. But besides that, I'm not doing any other cardio. So generally speaking, I get between 2,000 and 4,000 steps a day. On days that I go outside to go grocery shopping, I might get 5 or 6K, but that's like once or twice a week at most. I do anticipate while I am on this work trip that I will be getting in a lot more activity because I will be outside, not outside, but I will be out into the world walking around and stuff. And I'm not sure what macro factor is going to have me do in terms of macros, but if it tries to lower me, I'm not going to accept it this week because I know I will be doing more stuff. What else did I want to say? My energy has been really low lately, probably because of the reduced calories. So I've been increasing my caffeine intake. I also am taking 2 pills of yohimbine. Yohimbine is like a stimulant. It's, you know, it's kind of like taking more caffeine to increase your metabolism. You would have to really take a ton to make a really noticeable difference, but you know, it's helping a little bit with my energy levels, and maybe it has a slight thermogenic effect considering I'm already doing all this other stuff. So in the next month, you guys probably have seen me, my pill case with like a handful of pills I take every day. For August, I'm taking 3 of those a day. That's banned in Canada. I'm a little surprised, but maybe Canada is just way more strict than the US. Personally, I don't notice a ton of difference like in the way that I feel, especially because I'm not really taking it on a complete empty stomach. My typical daily routine is wake up, have coffee with 100 grams of Fairlife milk, fat-free milk, and that helps with like protein intake a little bit and energy. And then after that, I'll have tea with my collagen powder because I've been drinking a lot of cold brew lately, and collagen powder does not dissolve in cold liquids very well. So I've been adding it to hot tea. Let me write. I think it's I think it's spelled like this. I literally just order it off of Amazon. If you want me to put a link in the Discord later, I can do that. I don't think I can pull it up right now. Trying to dissolve anything cold in cold drinks is that. Yeah, it's really, I tried it and I ended up having to like chew my collagen powder. It was really gross. But I've been loving my collagen powder lately because it also has probiotics and a lot of protein. So it's like 80 calories for like 20 grams of protein. And I do feel like maybe it is helping my stomach a little bit anecdotally, not scientifically, but so I do try to have that. And then I will take my handful of pills, maybe like around 11 to lunchtime, and that helps keep my energy up. And then I might have like a diet soda around this time, around 4 o'clock after work. And yeah, I've been trying really hard to just like slowly bring up my caffeine intake, but it's difficult when I'm feeling really tired all the time. Yeah, it's honestly, I mean, it's not quite as good as like a full-on protein shake. But I like it for the other benefits as well. Yeah, I mean, the 1 gram per 10 calories is what I consider a high protein food. And I really, yeah. It's so hard sometimes to like unlearn people the stuff that the world puts out, because there's so many things I see at the grocery store that are labeled as high protein or a good source of protein, and just like the macros on it are so fucked, and I'm just like, please, please, no. That approach has worked for you over the years, learned it from me. Yeah, thanks. I think it's just super simple, and not to say everything you eat, you are a good source of protein. You're pretty beefy, Laserlord. And that's not to say that everything you eat needs to be high protein. There are tons of things that I love and I eat on a regular basis that are not high protein. But I do try to prioritize proteins in most of my meals. Yeah, high protein, 5 protein. God, I know, yeah, literally. It's like psychically damaging. So never take food labels at face value. Always like actually read the nutrition label. Please, always read the nutrition label for sure. What else did I want to update on? Oh, yeah, so been feeling really tired, increased my caffeine intake, and I have had to take out a lot of the heavy compound lifts. I mean, basically all the heavy compound lifts in my workouts. So I'm mostly doing machines on leg days. I'm always doing cable machines on my pull days. My back is still bothering me a little bit, so I haven't been doing, on my glute focused leg days, I've been trying to find exercises for my glutes that I don't have to hold something in my arms, because I have learned, which is a good thing, this is a good thing, I've learned to tense my back really hard and have a lot of intra-abdominal pressure, but at the same time, it's like hurting my back where it's like kind of injured. So I've been experimenting with different things, and it's been kind of a struggle, but I think I'm probably gonna be sticking with mostly like wide stance leg press, and then next glute focused leg day, I'm gonna do some like kickbacks. I like to start out those days with a glute exercise and then just do like extensions and stuff. But yeah, leg days have been really tiring. Back days pull days have been very minimal because of the situation with my back. And push days have been fine, but you know, just because of my energy levels, I haven't been pushing a lot of heavy weight. When I'm in a cut, you don't have to change your workouts when you're in a cut. The program can remain the same, but you probably will have to adjust your weights based on how you feel. But when I am in a cut, I typically feel better doing a lot less weight and way more reps. Yeah, you just expect less of yourself in the workouts. Yeah, for sure, me too. And I don't feel some type of way. Personally, I prefer to train this way. I don't like the feeling of lifting heavy. It's just like cool to be kind of strong. But yeah, all bets are off when I'm in a cut. I'm just like fucking tired. In terms of like what I'm actually eating, I feel like the food has been really good lately. You feel lucky that you're able to hit some PRs recently despite the cut. That's awesome. It's so hard. I mean, honestly, so this is kind of like your second, you had that really major kind of like successful cut. I don't remember before. And is this like your second cut, would you say? I'm actually gonna start stepping a little bit. Hopefully I can read chat from here. Second one, correct. Yeah, you might honestly be recomping, considering you're still relatively new to working out. Normally, week 2 is the worst for you in a cut, but this time around, was week 1 feeling more settled into things. You were in a reverse diet and then a bulk for over a year. Sad boy, always crying. Yeah, I mean, for me, if the calorie deficit is kind of like gradual, I generally like don't feel horrible in terms of like hunger levels, but my energy tanks real fast. It always tanks really fast, but I'm also a horrible sleeper, so I can't really like, I'm always feel tired. But yeah, in terms of like hunger level and like, I don't know why my voice cracked, and like the foods that I'm eating, like I'm feeling really good about that. I very rarely feel super fucked up hungry. Like sometimes in the morning, like if I get busy at work and I'm not able to eat until kind of later in the afternoon, I'll get really hungry, but that's kind of like a normal thing, not specifically related to cutting. But I've been planning out dinner meals more than I have in the past, and it's been really, really nice, actually. You haven't cut your calories super drastically, but you have ramped up your cardio. I mean, I think that's a good way to do it for most people. If you're not me, who hates cardio with a dying passion, like slightly reducing calories, slightly increasing activity, just enough to get yourself into like a 300 calorie deficit is usually enough for most people to see some changes in their physique. You know, it's probably not gonna last forever. You're probably gonna have to, you know, go harder one way or the other eventually, but yeah, it's honestly like really smart to do it that way because hopefully you're not feeling like too bad about it. Walking pad does apparently. Yeah, well, I mean, there is that, that's true. Yeah, so I've been slightly planning out my meals a little bit more, just dinner, and it's kind of allowed me to be a little bit more creative because I'm thinking about things ahead of time and then shopping accordingly, and I'm buying less superfluous foods, but we're eating more interesting meals, which is really awesome. More interesting, really high calorie, or really high protein, low calorie meals. And it's been honestly really great. I made some egg drop soup yesterday, like a huge bowl of egg drop soup. And it was like so good. It was like so good and so filling. I think the whole thing was like 600 or 700 calories and like 70 something protein. It was like super satisfying. So I basically made regular egg drop soup, but I put some tofu in it and shrimp. And it was like, it was really, really good. But yeah, I you know, sometimes you see on the internet, like, let's romanticize these kind of like things that we don't really like to do to help motivate us to do them. And I feel like that's kind of like me right now. I'm kind of like romanticizing the diet a little bit. I'm taking time to like prepare my foods more thoughtfully and come up with more creative recipes. And it's been really nice. It is more mental effort, but the satisfaction is worth it. I have no idea what that is. A Dobbs. Yeah, but the, it was really good. That egg drop soup was really good. Other recipes I've been loving, congee. I've talked about this before. Congee is basically like rice porridge. So when you're making your rice, you just use a lot more water, and it's very like squishy and thick. But it's the same amount of calories, right? You're using the same amount of rice, but it's much more filling because of how much water it's soaked up. And I'll do that with some kind of like, some meat that I just cooked in a pan, basically. But it's really good, it's really filling, I love that. What I've been doing lately is once a week we'll have a salad, a dinner salad. Once a week I'll make a soup. Once a week I might do like a steak, I think. I feel like a steak. Honestly, once a week I've been making like potato salad. I have this like really good, like low calorie potato salad recipe. It's like so much food. I don't know, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's been really good. So I'm loving that for us. Yeah. And it's like, I eat most of my calories for dinner. I probably also get most of my fats for dinner. It's not like once a week I might do like we'll have some kind of meat with instant ramen because I still love instant ramen. You love soup? I also love soup. It's such a good filling meal when you are looking for something that's a little bit lower calories, as long as it's not like a cream-based soup. So some things I've been doing, the egg drop soup was really good. A Hong Kong style macaroni and ham soup. Like if you know, you know. If you don't know, it probably sounds kind of weird, but it's basically like chicken broth, macaroni, ham, and I put egg in it. Soup probably saved you from being super obese. That's interesting. Minestrone. Last time I made minestrone, I did it with ground turkey, but I seasoned it like sausage. What else have I been doing? I'm trying to think. What other soups do I like? Chicken noodle soup. Never occurred to you that ham is a thing in China? Hong Kong is a little bit different than mainland China. They probably have a lot more, British influence because they were occupied by Britain for a long time. But yeah, even on mainland China, they have a pork product that is similar to ham that they probably call Chinese ham, but it's a little bit different. Something about ham just seems American. I mean, I don't think I feel like they have ham in Europe. Like, I feel like ham is a thing in Europe. Maybe not. There's ham in Japan. You know, actually, they don't really have they don't have like American bacon. It's kind of hard to find like, if they say bacon, it's not like bacon in the US. It's more like ham. But they have a lot of pork belly, but not bacon. What's that thing you're stepping on? It's literally called a stepper. It's like from Amazon. I think it's literally just called a stepper. Yeah, I love pork belly. I love really fatty cuts of meat. Like Canadian bacon, not even like Canadian bacon. Like they do have Canadian bacon, but it's more like, I don't know. You know how like, you know what turkey bacon looks like? It looks like it's like mashed up and like pressed into shape of bacon. That's what the bacon in Japan looks like, but it's ham. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting this wrong, but that's what it seems like to me. But like I said, a ton of pork belly. It's just not smoked like bacon in the US. Yeah, no, I mean, I totally eat it too. It's really good, but it's just like not the same. Like if I wanted like an American breakfast, I wouldn't go somewhere in Japan because they probably don't have the right bacon. I don't know if I can, I don't think, it's not really like Spam bacon. It's just not the same as like American bacon. It's basically what I'm getting at. Maybe they do have American bacon, and I just didn't see it because I didn't go to like the kind of restaurant that has it. Canada has a lot of maple syrup, yeah, for sure. I do like maple syrup a lot. But yeah, I mean, most of the meat you see in Japan is like pork, really fatty cuts of pork, beef, and chicken. And fish, of course, there's fish. But some of the stuff you can find in America is not the same in Japan, as far as I know. But it's like that everywhere. I think my macaroni and ham soup is not very authentic to like Hong Kong, but I haven't had it in a long time. I think we might go to Hong Kong in 2025. I think we're gonna do Hong Kong and Japan in the same trip. But the last time I went was, I don't know, like 6 or more years ago. I don't know if you ever said, why, but how come you stopped Twitch? I have said many, many times why I've stopped Twitch, but I can talk about it again if you want. I don't like, I don't know if I can explain this so well. Still sounds good. I think it's really good. It's literally just chicken broth, ham, macaroni, and I do egg drop in that too. But basically, I don't like how Twitch forces people to play ads. I don't like the creator revenue split, which is 50-50 for most people. I think their monetization is very predatory. Yeah, and I just wasn't happy with it as a platform for my content. I prefer, and I'm not saying that YouTube is a perfect platform because it's definitely not, but I prefer I prefer using YouTube as a platform for my video content. Even Kick has better revenue-wise, yeah. The way Twitch does things is just increasingly odious and more obvious. Yes, I agree. And I still get on Twitch as a chatter and as a viewer. I'm still subscribed to some channels, but yeah, it's just like, for my own content, for my own stream, I just did not enjoy it. I do not like, I don't like the transactional relationships that I felt like I was cultivating on Twitch. And I've made a lot of like really good IRL, I would consider IRL and online friends through Twitch, but a lot of the parasocial relationships were starting to like really skeeze me out as well. So on YouTube, I can choose if I want to have the join button or not. It doesn't really affect my stream that much. I qualify for YouTube Partner, which means I can have a join button, and the split is 70-30 for the creator, 70 for the creator, 30 for YouTube, but I chose not to apply for that program. Yeah, I mean, and I don't want to like throw shade at anybody, but yeah, I was feeling really skeezed out about it. Pretty crazy that now to avoid ads, you can just skip supporting creators and subscribe to Turbo. Yeah, the whole thing is just like really not my favorite. But I mean, ads on YouTube also support the creators. Totally annoying. Of course, ads are annoying. I pay for, what is it, YouTube Red, but creators also get a cut even if you are subscribed, or even if you have YouTube Red, they still get paid. So, still glad you're still doing your thing. Yeah, I haven't been active on a lot of my other platforms. I'm still active on Fansly, but less active. Currently that is my only paid platform where you can kind of like directly support me monetarily if that's the kind of content you're into. But yeah, for streaming, I really don't want to monetize it like that. When I'm able to play ads to monetize ads on YouTube, I will probably do that, but hopefully in a way that is not as offensive, you know, play a couple ads at the beginning or play a couple ads at the end, make a little money on the side. That would be nice. But yeah, I don't want people to feel like they have to join or support me in that way, because I know that I'm not that consistent with my content here. And to be honest, having like the join or the subscribe on Twitch, it really puts a lot of pressure on me personally, because I feel like I have to do something when I don't really like that. So yeah, it's just the watch hours. When I'm up to 4,000 watch hours within the last year, then I'll be able to monetize ads on YouTube, and it'll be nice for me. And hopefully not that big a deal for the viewers. But yeah, so, and I also want to say that's no tea, no shade to anybody that uses Twitch as a streaming platform. I think that it's still probably the best live streaming platform out there for people that are trying to grow. It's just not good for me and my mental health. Hey Mopar, I was affiliate. I was not partner on Twitch. I was affiliate, but before I left Twitch, I broke my affiliate agreement so that people cannot subscribe to me anymore, like even if they wanted to. Yeah, everyone just trying to exist and do their thing, and absolutely no tea and no shade to anybody who is just trying to make their way in life, as long as they're not actively and willfully hurting other people in the process. Not everyone's fault. Not anyone's fault. The people in charge suck, yeah. For sure. I mean, yeah, I have some other feelings about Twitch and stuff like that, but it's kind of a little bit more personal. I don't really want to talk about it. Remember you saying you don't waste your sub? Yeah, I really, it was weird. While I was in Japan, I got another Twitch payout, and I'm not really sure why, because I thought everybody that subscribed got refunded. So I was really strange, but I hope that I hope they're not still taking money from people from my channel. Twitch was cool in some ways because it meant you got a postcard, which was lit, is still on your whiteboard. Maybe that Twitch fucked you? JK, I don't care. Yeah, looking lean and muscular. Thank you, bro. I do feel like I am looking a little more visibly lean. I hate to say it because I really do not enjoy being in a calorie deficit. I don't like eating low calorie. I am at heart a glutton, but I'm feeling much more like myself with this slightly leaner physique, and eating more nutritiously has been really good for my skin. Yeah, I was having some skin issues while I was bulking. Lots of pimples and stuff like that. Yours is still tucked away somewhere? You're halfway there? Halfway there to what? Yeah, I mean, honestly, if Afro had gotten partner, I might have stayed. But like, it was kind of like, it was one of the many straws that broke the camel's back. I do feel like my waist is looking a lot smaller today in particular. A lot of times I don't feel like I'm looking that slim-waisted. I'm kind of into it today. You're cutting too, you're halfway through it. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I think I have like another month or so to go. I think at the end of September, I might try to do a photo shoot. Me, pay a photographer, and do a photo shoot that's like fitness related. Kind of just depends on how like, how lean I get, if I feel like it's worth it or not. But the hourglass thing going, I tell you what, you know, a lot of people, it's still a thing, not as much anymore. A lot of people still think that lifting weights is gonna make women look bulky. But for me, it's the nothing but add curves in all the places that I want it to, you know? Before I started working out, my body was very like up and down, but you know, by working out my upper body, I have kind of more of a tapered look, and working out my lower body has kind of helped with the shape of my legs and definitely from the side, for sure. Not really the best angle, but you know. You got about a month too. The amount of camel's backs you've broken with straws, I swear. I know, right? It's like that. But we'll see where I get down to by September, end of September. Just like this back situation is very frustrating because I can't really lift heavy on it or anything like that. Lifting has so many benefits aesthetically and health-wise. It's so good. I agree. I mean, another thing that I worry about as a lady is like my bone health, because just like as we get older, especially for women, it becomes so easy to hurt yourself in ways that you don't expect. You just trip and you might break your arm. My mom like sprained her wrist one time. She was on a walk and she fell, and like that's something I really worry about. And lifting is really good for bone density. So you have to get your back looked at. I'm not gonna get it looked at. I don't think that's necessary. But I think when I came back from vacation, I maybe overexerted it. And I've been feeling something kind of like in my tricep, kind of like inside my lat. And when I squeeze like this with weight, I can feel it pulling kind of painfully in a way that's not normal delayed onset muscle soreness. So I've been going really easy on my pull days when it comes to the back exercises. Yeah, so for a couple weeks, I basically didn't do back exercises at all. I'm doing them now, but I'm keeping the weight really light. But yeah, it's just like, I wish I could push it a little harder. Yeah, just letting it heal mostly. The muscles are so mega huge now. The muscles are probably smaller than they were. They just look bigger because I'm slightly leaner. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. We'll see where my legs are at the bottom of the cut, because I feel like I always lose everything on my legs. Calcium, vitamin D, minerals, pressure, and weights on the bones keep them healthy. Yeah, and I mean, that's a lot of the stuff that like a lot of women just like don't really get. Making stuff around the muscles smaller, exactly. Can I do a backflip? I could at one point kind of do a backflip. I'm not confident enough to try now though. A few years ago, I was doing some adult gymnastics classes, sort of. Basically, it was kind of like an open gym that had a gymnastics coach. And, you know, if you were somebody that had done gymnastics in the past, you could come in and practice. And if you're somebody that was new to gymnastics, he would kind of help you along with some of the basic stuff. When I was doing that, I could do like a back tuck into the foam pit, but I wasn't really confident enough to do it by myself. I feel like if I was in that setting again, I could probably do it, but like I'm just not confident to like try it out on the floor. Might be the shape that's more pronounced due to losing fat that makes them look huge. I mean, yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Most people, like when they lose body fat, they look more muscular just because like the muscles are more defined. I mean, I can do a cartwheel, I can do a round off, I can do like a couple really basic gymnastic things, but like not the more technical stuff. Fat is covering the muscles. Yeah, you also have fat inside your muscles. You also have fat inside, like around your organs and stuff like that. Love a low stakes flip where you fuck it up, you're landing somewhere soft and squishy. Exactly. Like a back walkover. No, I can't do that anymore. My I honestly don't work on my flexibility at all, and my back is very stiff. Like my back this way is very stiff, and my stomach is also very tight because in March, what are we in, 2024? March 2023, I had surgery for an umbilical hernia. So I had a hernia in my belly button. And ever since that surgery, the muscle right here is like really tight. So it's just like, I can't, like, my spine doesn't bend too much. Mr. Tote, should we give him one treat that he's probably gonna throw up? No, we gotta do it back here for the people so they can see you eat your treat. Come on, you want it? Hello, you licked it, eat it. God. I also think my allergies are really acting up right now. This is me getting older and getting allergies. The ones you get to enjoy later when they come back up. I hate that. Why would you put that evil on me? Anyways, that's where I'm at with my current fat loss phase. It's all going well. I'm a little worried about this trip. I'm not 25 at all. I'm 36. And I don't pretend to be younger than I am. I don't think that's necessary. I honestly think it's weird. Like, I would rather be older and look much younger than pretend to be young and look old. But that's just me. If you literally had no idea what my age is and you think I look 25, like, that's awesome. I pay a lot of money for Botox and injectables, so it's good that that money is actually doing a thing. Being 25 sucked. I don't even remember what I was doing 25. Joy and I started watching a playthrough. Found any fun things to do in New York? Honestly, my time is mostly gonna be taken up by work things, and I can't really like eat a lot of good stuff because I'm trying to stick to my diet as much as possible. It's also gonna be really hot. The weather's gonna be truly awful. So I'm just going for work, and that's about it. Yeah, kind of it. Real thought you were like 27. Well, thank you. Yeah. Joe and I started watching a playthrough on YouTube, so we really like InSim. He's a Twitch streamer that also posts a lot on YouTube. He plays a lot of horror games, and we're watching a playthrough of something. I can't remember what it's called, but basically you transfer your consciousness. You're basically immortal because people keep transferring their consciousness, but eventually it probably makes you crazy. Like that's kind of like something they were talking about. We just kind of started watching it, and I was like, I'd be totally good. Like, I don't want that. I don't want to live forever. But in this game, it's basically illegal for you to die. You have to stay moving from body to body, even though it's like really fucked up. But I was like, I'd be totally fine because I literally have the worst memory. Like stuff from, however long back is not gonna come back and haunt me because I literally just won't remember it. Sounds like that's what Joey said. He said it sounded like Altered Carbon. I literally can't remember the name of this game, but I mean, if you like gaming streams or game playthroughs, I like InSim a lot in general. And he does his Twitch streams in a way that he can move them over to YouTube really easily. So he's constantly putting out new stuff. It's actually really nice. Yeah, Altered Carbon is a TV show, but they also have like that, don't they have like a movie for it? I think Joey and I watched the animated show. Like, I don't know if it was in Japan or not, but we watched like an animated show, but it does have a similar preface. But the game that InSim is playing is kind of like, it has kind of like a noir, detective, Art Nouveau, Great Gatsby sort of feel. We just started, but it seems pretty cool. It's by an indie company, who knows? Nobody Wants to Die, yeah, that's it, thank you. Jackal's Motives, yes. Nobody Wants to Die, yes. That one. Yo, Jackal's Motives, do you need, I probably should have just messaged you. I have not watched Black Mirror. I feel like it would do me a lot of psychic damage if I tried to watch it. Yeah, I'll message you later. I try not to actively do myself psychic damage. If I know something is gonna like fuck me up, I probably am not gonna watch it. And I've kind of like heard some stuff about Black Mirror. And I was just like, I think I'm good. Can summarize every Black Mirror episode. Yeah, I'll try to remember to message you. I wanted to send you like a housewarming gift, but I don't want to send you... Well, first of all, I forgot your address. And then second of all, I don't want to send you just any old thing, I want to send you something useful. I'm already black and I look in the mirror every day. Oh my god. Some things are missed with iPad. Yeah, I just like... It, I can take a certain level of fucked upness, but sometimes I'm just like... Sometimes too much is too much. There were some episodes that was like really visceral. You watched one episode of Black Mirror, it was good, but that was enough for you. Yeah, I have no doubt that the actual series is like good, but just because something is good doesn't mean that I want or need to watch it. I think, correct me if I'm wrong. Even if you like the show, the message gets tiresome. Yeah. Yeah, just send it to me again, and I will ask you. I think there's an episode, I don't remember who I was talking to about it. I think there's an episode about like content creators, and like sometimes that kind of stuff like really fucks me up. As a content creator, I don't like to think about those kind of things. It makes me not want to do content. You know what I'm saying? I don't think, whatever content it was about. So I'm just like, yeah. Like I said, I can sometimes know things are good and still not want to watch it. The excess of technology, yeah. Summary of every Black Mirror episode. The scientists were so preoccupied with whether or not they could, they didn't stop to think if they should. You're finna abuse trend tomorrow. I hope you've done your research and are making an informed decision about the use of performance-enhancing drugs. Tren is an anabolic that bodybuilders use. Basically, what if technology was bad? Hopefully your heart doesn't explode. I mean, that's a very real possibility. Getting back into the gym because it was too crowded in the spring. Well, good luck at the gym, Jeremy. Or is Tren gonna abuse you? Yeah. I'm not gonna pretend like I don't take performance-enhancing drugs, but like I said, hope you're making an informed decision, doing your research. Honestly, I can't say that I would recommend it, generally speaking. Thought you only tried it once? I tried Anavar once, about 8 weeks, low dose. It really fucked up my skin. You know, I don't not have acne every once in a while, but it was very bad and very noticeable to me. I had like kind of, not cystic acne, but like the kind of pimples that are under the skin that are impossible to pop, that really just make the texture of your skin look really bumpy. And I'm not afraid to admit that the way that I look really impacts the way that I feel about myself. So having that really textured skin when it's not kind of like a normal thing for me was very bad for my mental health. So I stopped taking it. I also did not see a lot of benefits from the amount I was taking. So I didn't think it was worth it. And personally, I would not try that again or do anything along the same vein that's more hardcore, because like I said, my appearance, my skin texture, stuff like that is very important to me. And I don't even have like very good skin, but for it to be worse than it is like not great. Your worst enemy is cystic acne. I mean, we're not really talking about doing drugs. I don't do drugs, but we're talking about like performance enhancing drugs, which is kind of like a different category. But I'm not on SARMs right now, selective androgenic receptor or something, whatever. But I cycle them, and I will continue to cycle them for the foreseeable future, but I am currently off of them. Probably will come back on after I'm done cutting. But SARMs are currently not illegal in the USA, but they're also not meant for human consumption, and you know, you buy and take them at your own risk. Not currently on SARMs, but I do cycle them. Hope that I get a message. Okay, cool. Sorry. I don't usually like to be on my phone and stuff. It's a free country, you can do whatever you want. Alright, but some stuff is like illegal, and yeah, I'm just like not down for like too hardcore stuff. I don't know shit about peptides. I will be 100% real with you. You know, I tell you to go do research and stuff like that, but I let my husbando do the research for us. Joey is the one that looks into it, gives me the dose, and I just take it, you know, and if I have a bad response, we dial it back or we make some changes and we just figure it out, because he's a medical professional and I am stupid. I mean, if you're gonna do it, you have to do it right. Yeah. Does SARMs make you bald? So there are certain types of SARMs, and this is what I know, this is what I can tell you. This does not replace like actual real research. There are some SARMs that act like straight up testosterone when taken in a certain dosage. And if you are already predisposed to hair loss, it's probably gonna make it worse. You know, hair loss in men, I think, is normally dictated by genetics and hormones, and when you start fucking with that shit, you might get some negative side effects. So, like I said, do research and make a really informed decision. With the amount that I am taking, or the amount that I cycle when I do take it, I have seen almost no negative side effects and only positive side effects. I would say actually the biggest negative side effect I had is that it makes me super hungry. It's one of the reasons I kind of bulked out of control during my last bulk, is SARMs made me absolutely ravenous, and I had a very difficult time controlling my food intake. So I just ended up going with it and doing a bulk. I hope to work around that better next time. Did you rage? No, I did not. I did not rage at all. Generally speaking, I'm not. When I become emotional, it's usually not towards anger. It's usually, you know, if I get emotional, I get sad a lot of times. So yeah, I didn't have any problems with that. Like a dirty bulk, yeah, basically, I wasn't tracking or anything. So it just kind of, it was fine. I mean, I don't feel some type of way. I wasn't happy or comfortable with the way I looked physically, but I was having a really good time eating whatever I wanted. I don't track my calorie intake all year round, 365, whatever. It's just not really that great for my mental health, and I try to cultivate a good relationship with food. So giving myself a mental break from tracking is something that I really, really need. So I also kind of like the timing of it also kind of made me bulk a little out of control as well. I don't want to make excuses for myself, but like, and I take that back. I bulked because I wanted to, and I ate what I wanted to because I wanted to, and there's neither here nor there, it's good nor bad. It's just what I did, and it's what I wanted to do, and I don't feel bad about that decision. But I did bulk, and then I was kind of like trying to cut, but then I was like, I'm 1 month away from a big vacation, so there's really no reason for me to reduce my calorie intake, because it's just gonna make it more difficult for me when I'm on vacation. So I was like, I'm just gonna keep eating all the way through vacation and then come back, and then I'll do my cut. So that ended up making the most sense to me. Living the dream. Yeah, I try to be neutral to positive about myself. You know, I try, and I will say it's probably easier for me than it is for like many other people. I did not, growing up, I did not experience a lot of shame when it comes to my looks or my body. Like my family members didn't, that just wasn't really a thing that happened. Yeah, like in the grand scheme of things, if it did occur every once in a while, it was like very minimal and just not meant maliciously. So when it comes to like how I feel about my body, I just generally try to feel good about myself, and I actively try to feel good about myself. I honestly would like, I'm not the kind of person that's gonna preach body positivity to you, because I honestly don't think that that's realistic or necessary. I don't think you have to force yourself to love your body, because for most people it's just not possible. It's not, you just won't. But if you could at least not hate yourself, at least feel body neutral. I wish that for everybody in the world, to at least feel body neutral and, you know, hopefully like some things about yourself. Some days you feel sexy, some days like, damn, I'm ugly. Yeah, just finishing a durability got fat AF, but your squat went up 60 pounds. Yeah, I mean, it's also all about priorities. If like having low body fat percentage is not important to you, then there's no reason to be super low body fat percentage. A lot of people are very healthy and live very long lives, being in like a pretty wide range of body fat percentages. Yeah, preach it. I mean, that's, yeah. I just feel like I know so many people that have so much hate in their hearts for themselves, and it really like makes me sad, because these same people will be so positive and so supportive of other people, but they can't feel that same way about themselves, and it just makes me like really sad, you know? I try to think about like, if my friend was in a similar situation, what would I think of them, you know? How, not to say that I want to judge them or anything, but like, if I had a friend that was like, I don't even know what I'm trying to say right now. On one hand, you want abs, but on the other hand, you're chasing that 500-pound squat. You're only really cutting because you're about to get into track cycling. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I don't know. You have to treat yourself. I think the moral of the story that I'm trying to say is like, you should try to treat yourself like you are your own best friend. Do you know what I'm saying? So like, if you're feeling down about yourself, like what would you tell your friend to try to make them feel better if they were in a similar situation? And that's what I try to think about when I am not feeling good about myself. And a lot of times I try to like, it seems a little silly, but I think it really does help in the long run. You kind of like change your mindset. I'm a mog, half man, half dog. I'm my own best friend. I try to like, what's up, Daya? I try to think about the way I talk about how I look and my body. So I might, in my head, I might look in the mirror and say, I look fat. Like, that would be my initial gut reaction, be like, you look fat, you look like trash. But I try to like turn it around and be like, you don't look like your ideal self right now, but that's okay. It's part of a fitness journey. Or I might say to myself, I feel comfortable. I don't feel comfortable with the way my body feels right now. Instead of saying, I feel fat, I'll say, I don't feel comfortable with the way I'm feeling in my own body. I don't feel comfortable with the way clothes fit me. I don't feel comfortable when I sit on the toilet and then my thighs do that thing, but they're doing that thing more than usual. Do you know what I'm saying? So I try to like, I try to say things like that to get myself out of the mindset of being like really negative about myself. You're too blunt with your friends? Are you? So I feel like sometimes I'm also like that, but I try to like, depends on like what it is. Favorite telling myself progress is progress instead of being all or nothing. Yeah, I also feel like that too. You know, tell myself that fitness is kind of a journey. You know, I'm always making progress one way or the other. You know, if I'm not focused on being lean, I'm more focused on building muscle, and like that's also a good thing. That's also getting me towards my goals. Yeah, so I just try to like, I don't necessarily think that I need to like force myself to be overly positive about stuff, but you know, I try to be logical about things instead of being like really mean to myself. You know, you calls you a slacker all the time. You're really like one of the most least slacker people I know, especially like when it comes to working out. I honestly think you like do too much personally, but I think I have like a different, you know, I'm like I'm low volume. I'm a low volume kind of guy, and you guys are not like that. I think it's why I have good friends, but also kind of why hard on yourself. I mean, it's not bad to be hard on yourself. It's good to like push yourself to get better. But I mean, you can be hard on yourself without being hateful. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's what I try to like think about. I get that I don't feel comfortable in my body. You're a little too big for comfort right now. Yeah. And I think saying I don't feel comfortable in my body is a better way, is better than saying I feel fat, because it also puts you in kind of like the mindset of not only fat shaming yourself, but kind of making it more okay to like fat shame other people, which personally I don't love for myself, and I try really, really, really hard not to do. I mean, it's so easy to just judge other people for the way they look, and I try so hard to like unlearn that. Like I'm still trying. I don't think I'm perfect at all, but it's something I'm actively trying to do, is to be less judgmental of people for the way that they look. Because yeah, love myself because I'm the greatest alive. I also need to be the greatest alive. It's a catch-22, yeah. And yeah, and I've talked about some of these other things before. There's a lot of things about myself that I don't like at all, that I will never like, and it doesn't matter like if you tell me I look good in this specific way or whatever. It's something I will never ever like about myself, but it's also something that I'm probably not going to change, and like I'm okay with that. I can be like, I could get it changed, but I'm not going to get it changed. So and in those cases I am neutral with myself. Do you know what I'm saying? It's kind of crazy how many memes online get posted with the whole joke is just a person is fat. Yeah, there's a big culture around fat shaming, especially in the US. I mean, not especially in the US, I mean in the whole world really. But I mean, at the same time, I don't want to promote, I am all about doing what is best for you. And, you know, what's best for you could be what's best for your mental health. It could be what's best for your bank account. It could be what's best for your health. And if you choose to prioritize something other than fitness, I'm totally okay with that. I have a lot of friends that are not into fitness at all, in the least, and that's totally okay. It's totally fine. I don't really enjoy interacting with people. That being said, yeah, I don't enjoy being around people that complain about a thing and then choose not to do anything about it, if that makes sense. I understand there's, in some cases, like, it's just completely out of your control. That's totally valid. But when something is in your control and you actively choose not to make a change and then you still complain about it, I don't like hanging out with that kind of person. Plenty of daily between enabling unhealthy behavior and treating somebody else's body as a moral choice. Yes. Sumo wrestlers are highly expected in Japan. So I have feelings about sumo wrestling. It's actually like, so when we were in Japan, we watched a lot of sumo wrestling. It's actually a little sad, if you think about it, if you like do research. Most sumo wrestlers dedicate their entire life to sumo wrestling from like age, I don't know, like 10 or 12 up to like 25. And then after that, they have absolutely no real life skills or education. And they kind of get abandoned by the world. And it's like really sad. A lot of like even famous sumo wrestlers, if they don't end up being like a trainer or opening their own gym, a lot of them have like jobs in like the food service industry, because when they were in training, when you are a kohai, when you're like lower on the totem pole, you cook for your senpais and your senseis. So yeah, and a lot of them, I mean, they honestly, after sumo wrestling, they have to lose all that weight because they're just not functional in everyday life in Japan. And it's kind of sad to think about it. Definitely doesn't seem like lifestyle is supposed to well-balanced life long term. I mean, it's not even like that, because like you can go from like being physically completely different and you'd be totally fine, but it's the fact that they have no real life skills. I kind of like, I looked at an article that talked about somebody who got out of sumo wrestling and he couldn't even turn on a computer, and it wasn't like that long ago, and it was honestly like very sad. So yeah, like sumo wrestling is cool. I really enjoyed watching it, but it's, oh, you mean in terms of like lack of skills development? Yeah, but it's like, yeah, it's kind of like it's kind of like sad. It would be like equivalent to somebody like a famous, like a really high level sports athlete in the US, maybe like a football player that put 100% of their effort into playing sports, and like even if they made a ton of money, they left that sport and had absolutely no skills and no life experience and no like street smarts, and they just like spent all the money they had earned and then ended up having to work like at Walmart as a stalker or something like that. So like, yeah, it's just like, it's kind of sad. So yeah, so like while the sumo wrestlers are like respected and revered while they're sumo wrestling, as soon as they're done, it's over. Like, you gotta lose all that weight, bro, or else you can't like integrate back into society. And it's not even like from a fat shaming point of view. It's like they talked about in the article that I read, how like I said, a lot of sumo wrestlers will go into the food service industry because they know how to cook, but they're so big that they can't fit into the kitchen of the restaurants that they're trying to work at. Yeah, because they're small. Most, like, they have a lot of like independent and small restaurants still in Japan. And even like chain ramen shops and stuff like that. The kitchen is very small. It's meant for like small people. So like, I can't imagine a sumo wrestler trying to like, you know, work in there. But yeah, anyways, that was a tangent. I wish there was, Kaguro, like an agency that works with sumo wrestlers to reintegrate them into regular society. You would think that they do, but I know maybe the article I read is outdated, but it didn't seem like it. But it would be smart if they did that. Honestly, it would be good even of the Japanese government to set that up to help those people out. Most of them have financial advisors. Some of the university degrees they get are not great for a normal job. Yeah, I mean, you know, hopefully, I hope that as we come along in society. Have you ever been to Kura Sushi? Is one in a county next to me. I wonder what you thought about it. Kura Sushi is like a chain, an inexpensive chain conveyor belt sushi restaurant in Japan. I have heard of it. I saw some Kura Sushi locations when I was in Japan. I chose to eat at higher end restaurants when I wanted sushi. I'm not sure, I don't actually know if you're in the USA, Hotep. But I can't imagine that if you're eating at a Kura Sushi outside of Japan, that it's meant to be high-end or anything like that. Usually it's known as like an affordable place. Wonder who gets more isolated from their respective societies, sumo wrestlers or American veterans. You know what? I don't even know. It's sad to think about both of those things, to be honest. But yeah. If you're looking for like nice, fancy sushi, Kura Sushi is probably not the best place to go. But if you're looking for something that's on the more affordable side, maybe you are, you just want to try different things, or maybe you're going with people that like very specific sushi, it would be a good place to go. So we traveled with Ariel, Celestial Ariel, in Japan for about a week, and she's a little picky when it comes to food, and she hasn't had a lot of experience with Japanese food. So I tried to like think of places we could eat that would appeal to her preferences. And we did end up eating at a conveyor belt sushi restaurant because I know that she really likes eel, sushi eel. So she could like get whatever she wanted off of the menu, which ended up being a lot of eel. And if she wanted to try something else, it was very low investment because you can just get one piece at a time. But yeah, going to like a conveyor belt sushi restaurant like that is like a really good way to introduce somebody to sushi as well, I would say. Kappa, that's a single tear running down his little cheek. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think we'll be able to get channel emotes unless I have the the join button, which I don't want. Rail sushi is also just fun. I think it's okay. There's actually most conveyor belt sushi restaurants in Japan don't really do the conveyor belt anymore because I think there was an incident, I don't know the exact details, where somebody poisoned some of the sushi that was on the belt. So a lot of places just like don't do it. Also because of like COVID and stuff like that. Japan is still very, I would say wary. It's just like a culture that's very conscientious of other people. So most of the places you would order on the tablet and they'll just bring it out to you instead of having it on the conveyor belt itself. In Georgia, the state, you want to know if you just like the restaurant in general. We got plenty of high-end sushi and kimbap. Gotcha. Yeah, I have not been to a Kura Sushi, but I also don't think that like a location in the US is that's similar to a location in Japan, you know, you might just like check the Yelp reviews and see what other people think about that specific restaurant. Kind of miss going to the one that was close to where your friend lived before she to a better apartment. Thought you were going to describe a fatal incident where somebody got caught in the conveyor belt. No, but I don't know if it was a fatal incident where somebody got poisoned, but that's, you know, it's also like pretty serious. So if they do have like the actual conveyor belt, now that all the sushis have covers, so like when you pick up or when you touch the one that's going around, the plastic cover comes up, so you know nobody's tampered with it. But yeah, kind of like ruined the experience for a lot of people. You know, I was at, Otakon is this weekend. I'm not going. Otakon is an anime convention in Washington, D.C. I'm not going. I think, well, I don't want to dox other people. I'm not going to Otakon. I don't really like Otakon. Also, it's the middle of summer in D.C. and it's just not my favorite. But I was at Katsucon, which is another anime convention in the area, and I witnessed someone's costume get eaten by the escalator, and it was so scary. Oh my God. I couldn't, oh geez. It like broke the escalator too. Like the whole thing stopped, but it not until after like a good chunk of her like skirt. You know the escalators that go down to the garden? You know, when you go in the hotel and you go down to the garden, it was that escalator. And she was like getting off, but it sucked her skirt inside at the bottom, and she was like, you know, it ended up like ripping like the whole train off. Oh yeah, it was so scary. And like, yeah, the whole thing busted. It made a really scary noise. This was like a few years ago. That's some Fatal Destination shit, yeah, bro. That shit was wild. I've never seen that happen before. I mean, I always knew in my head, in my mind, that escalators are dangerous, but I've never like witnessed it before like that. It was scary. But yeah, the whole thing broke. Luckily, it got jammed and it just stopped, and she didn't get hurt or anything. No more escalators, we're going back to grappling hooks. Ooh, yeah. Now, everybody had to take the stairs after that. It's not a small flight of stairs. Well, stairs, or you can wait for the elevator. I'm kind of like, if I can take the stairs at an anime convention or a comic convention, if I'm at a convention, I'm gonna try to take the stairs as much as possible because the elevators are usually fucked up. And honestly, I'm a more able-bodied than most of the population. So if I can make space for other people that really need it to use the elevators, I will do that. But like, you know, if I have to go up to a hotel room that's on like the 10th floor, then yeah, I'm probably gonna take the elevator. But sometimes I'll walk down just for funsies. A lot of times it's faster because the elevators are so clogged up. 0 stairs have ever tried to eat you. Well, I will say, you ever get that thing where you get a little bit of vertigo going downstairs and you like almost miss a stair? I feel like that happens to me a lot. I'm not scared of heights. Don't get me wrong, I'm not scared of heights, but like I still get that. Sometimes you look down at something and you're at a height and you still get that like feeling in your stomach. I do get that still. Honestly, I'm playing Minecraft a lot lately, and when I'm on like a really tall building or something trying to like build and I look down, I get that feeling a lot. It's kind of funny. You would think like as unrealistic as like Minecraft looks that you wouldn't feel like that, but I get that all the time. It's kind of funny. Fun and funny. Not gonna lie, I'm kind of thinking about doing Minecraft content, but I'm trying really hard to like not overextend myself. There should be fun slides, skyscrapers on stairwells when going down. That seems dangerous. What are you building in Minecraft? Nothing specific. Yeah, bro, I'm telling you, it's crazy that you get vertigo on stuff like that. And it's not just me, because I've been watching a lot of Minecraft content on YouTube, and other people talk about it too, so it's not just me. But yeah, I mean, it wasn't like I was building something specific that it happened. See you later, Hotep. But just like sometimes it's when I'm building stuff. Sometimes I'll look down into a cave or into a crevasse, and I'm like, oh, that's really far. And I'll get that feeling. But yeah, I mean, also, if you're asking like in general, like what we're building. So I'm playing with friends. We're in a Minecraft realm. I'm playing with Ariel, Joey, and Punkline, who is like an IRL friend of Apothecary's, I mean, I guess I would consider him a friend now, but never met him IRL. We just play games online together. Trying to get Goldie to play with us, but he's like, I'm too old for Minecraft. I'm like, okay, bro. Not even the oldest guy in here, but that's fine. I try not to just do 1x1 dirt towers. Only if I need to get up to the top of another tower. But yeah, we're just kind of doing like the normal survival stuff. We have a base that's not finished because I'm having like it's so big, it's really hard to put a roof on it. So I've been slacking on that. I like a lot of the building, well, we all kind of are doing our own thing, but together. I do not leave trees floating, bro. And you know what? In fact, I always wait until the entire tree falls so I can pick up all the sticks and the saplings. I have a whole tree farm. I always get every single last bit of wood. I never leave the trees floating. Even the mangrove, okay? Even the mangrove, I don't leave the mangrove floating either. I start from the top and I work my way down, so I get everything. But yeah, so we have like kind of a big base. Joey has Joey Tower, which has an enchanting table, 2 enchanting tables in the basement. And then Punkline has like his science experiment area. I don't know what he's doing. Sometimes we call it, I don't think we have a name for it, but Punkline is like the redstone wizard. He's just like doing weird experiments with the redstone and the mobs and stuff like that. I don't want to mess up his stuff, so I don't really go over in his area. Ariel does a lot of our organizing. She's really into the horses, trying to get all the different colors of horses. And she builds a stable. She also does a lot of like the fun cooking. So like the stews and the cakes and stuff like that, she does that. I've been doing a lot of farming, a lot of the farming stuff. Yeah, it is really interesting. You know, we have not been able to find like a big desert. We're in an area that's like all acacia and plains and jungle. It's really hard to find anything else. I would love to find a camel. I'm typing from a resurrected laptop. You got a new SSD drive? Hell yeah, Owen. Have you tried more scary or similar crafting games like Minecraft? No, I haven't. I mean, I don't like playing scary games. Honestly, I mostly like just building fun things and, you know, exploring and stuff like that. Just make sure to travel far around so you can get copies of every type of tree. I think I have every type of tree. I have, yeah, but we haven't really found, we haven't found a big swamp. We found like a little swamp. We haven't found any of the deserts or the mesas. It was honestly really, and this is kind of cheaty. I admit it, it's kind of cheaty. We don't really play kind of like in the traditional, yeah, I got the cherry blossoms. We don't really play in a traditional sort of way. We're on survival, but we do use commands. So I will use commands to search for biomes. Like that's how I found all of the different types of wood, is that I use the command, the /locate biome and the specific biome, and then I would get the coordinates and I would walk there. I didn't just teleport there. We do have it enabled so that you can teleport, but I would walk back and forth, but I would use the locate command to find the different stuff. I also have the warped and the crimson from the nether. It's really hard to grow in the overworld because you have to have that specific floor. But I do it anyways. I'll just have to go back and get more of that later. Yeah, I do like the cherry wood stuff, but I also have like a really cute texture pack that makes it even more cute, I think. But yeah, I have like I do a lot of like the low-key farming stuff. Punkline does kind of like the serious farming stuff. I did all the villagers. I bought villagers. Well, Joey and Ariel helped me, but we brought villagers back to our area and I've been breeding them, and I got a whole bunch of librarians, and I got the mending book. I just made an iron farm. I have cow crushers. I made a cute little like fishing dock, and I have like a really nice, I fished up a fishing rod that has good enchantments on it. I kind of really want chests to start to also reflect the wood they're made of. That would honestly be really cool, but the resource pack that I'm using makes the chests look kind of like darker instead of like the yellowish color they are in vanilla. So I do think they look nicer. I'm using Mizuno Craft 16, I think is what it's called. And yeah, I really like the way it looks. Getting stonemasons and leveling up will give you good quartz blocks for nice weight builds. I'm still, right now, so I'm trying to like, I have a lot of villagers, but I only really focused on getting the librarians because we really needed those mending books. But eventually, I'm trying to build like I want to build like small houses and shops for the other types of villagers. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. Right now I'm trying to I made the iron farm with the villagers and the golems and the zombie, but I'm trying to make it look nicer because it's kind of just like a big open area with like the farm on top. So I'm trying to like build something around it so that it doesn't look like shit. And then I'll get to the other villagers. 7 days to die is an option to get rid of zombies. Blood Moon, but crafting, building, and survival is left to the game. Because like Minecraft, animals are off the let. You like playing it? Minecraft is just so cute though. You build nice stuff for your villagers. You build a prison for yours. I mean, you know, I kind of have like a more like cutesy aesthetic when I'm playing Minecraft, but however you play is totally valid. You can play it however you like. I really enjoy like building like cute little buildings and stuff like that. So like I could totally pull the I could totally pull the villagers out of the basement that I have them. So basically I put them in a basement and I put a bunch of beds in there, and every once in a while I'll go throw bread at them. But I built a really nice building around this villager basement, and I put all the librarians on top, in the top of the building. But yeah, like inside it looks really bad. It's just like an emptied out space so that they can, you know, multiply. But when I do eventually get them out of there, I will make some little houses for them. I just think it looks nicer. But however you play is up to you. You know, if you like literally don't care about making like little buildings and stuff like that, you just want to like get them for the resources and for utility, that's totally okay. But yeah, I'm just like, and there's other stuff, you find aesthetic value in gulag. See, you keep villagers in your base and you throw bread at them and it's cute, but when you do your IRL, a monster ain't guilty of 7 felonies. Do an IRL your monster. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I mean, honestly, Minecraft is like kind of brutal. It's kind of like fucked up, but it looks kind of cute. So you maybe don't think about it so much, but yeah, it's actually really brutal. Gotta do it for the automation. Yeah, I think it's fun. I'm having a really good time with it. I played creative for a long time, but it's been nice playing survival. It's not hardcore or anything, and I think the realm is set to easy, but it's still like I still get blown up by creepers every once in a while. And a lot of stuff I do like to do manually as well. I don't necessarily want to automate everything. So all the farming and stuff, I like pick it up manually. I'm kind of thinking about maybe making, I saw a tutorial on YouTube that was like, you make your little farm and then you put like a post in the middle and a dropper so that you can drop water and it picks it up for you. If you want to play with us, let me know. It's very low stakes. Like, we have a realm. I don't own the realm, but I'm sure my friend Ariel would not mind adding another person. We only have 4 people playing in the current realm. So if you ever want to play, let me know. And we usually hop in Discord and like are in a chat, but there's also like no pressure to do that. Like you can go in and play anytime. Or you can play, we can all play together. It's up to you. So you let me know. 4 a.m. last night and you only slept 4 hours? Bro, go to bed. Your favorite YouTubers used to do a series with other creative friends on my hardcore mode, you think it's called? Yeah, so basically hardcore mode is like you play, but if you die, you're dead completely. Normal survival is like you die and you respawn. Yeah, it's like a surprisingly scary game. Yeah, it's like a surprisingly scary game. Like you would not think it's that hard. Like I think there's like a, not even a misconception, because it kind of is, but you know, a lot of people think, oh, Minecraft is like a game for kids. It looks so goofy. They're just blocks, but it's actually like kind of hard and scary sometimes. You have issues with skeletons, cave starters on Minecraft, they kill you all the time. I mean, if you're going in caves, yeah. But if you're just out and about, just go to bed and then they don't spawn. Yeah, let me know. Let me know if you do want to play. Like I said, no pressure. And like, you can play, jump in and out whenever you want. You don't have to be in voice chat with us. Go into a cave and your light goes out and you get mauled by spiders. Like, bro, if I go into a cave, so this is usually what I do. If I go into a cave, I try to set myself up, especially if it's like a new cave that I've never explored before. I set myself a little safe zone, right? I dig it out, I put a door on it, I set down some chests, and I put down a bed, and I reset my spawn point, so I'll go right back there. And then, if I die, and then I make sure I have like a full stack of torches, and I spam torches everywhere, so if I kill something, new mobs won't spawn. And I have a good bow now, so I try to like get stuff from far away if possible. I try to like snipe things, you know, and if there's a lot there, I might snipe some, and then I'll go and I'll like run around, put all the torches, and then go back to my hidey hole and then shoot more, and I'll just keep doing that. And the person who died doesn't respond. They're like, no, yeah. It's pretty fun. It's pretty fun. I would consider myself new-ish to Minecraft. Like I said, I played a lot of creative, where we were just like building things. So I know like kind of like what there is to play around with, but this is our first time playing, this is my first time playing survival. but I've been watching a lot of Minecraft content on YouTube lately. So I'm getting like, it's not necessarily like tutorials of like how to play survival, but I'm getting a lot of like information kind of like adjacently. So, you know, I'll see somebody do something and I'll write that down. Oh, I need to look that up. Or I see them building something. They're like, oh, I made this like farm to do this. I'm like, oh shit, I need to go find a video for that. Yeah, a lot of stuff I just do with tutorials because I don't understand redstone at all. It's very confusing, but yeah. It's really fun and creative, but also like kind of hard. I like Minecraft. Is basically what I'm saying. Yeah, and then sometimes I think like, do I want to do Minecraft content? And then I'm like, what? I should just like let it be a hobby. Just let it be a hobby, bro. You don't have to make everything content. But we'll see. Not everything has to be content. Yeah, I don't understand how redstone works, so I just watch tutorials. Like if I need to make something. Yeah, like I watched a tutorial to make this iron farm and I still had a hard time setting it up. Sucks to do that and then a Minecraft stops being fun. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I'm really enjoying it right now. So I don't want to like try to like do content and then stop liking it. I've been watching this really fun YouTube series from like a group of creators that are all in a survival world together. And like they have, it's more than just like them in the world together. They're kind of like role-playing that they're in like a guild. And every week it's kind of a competition at the same time. Every week they have tasks they have to complete, and then at some point throughout the series they're gonna turn it to hardcore mode, and whoever's the last one standing is gonna get some kind of prize. But they didn't say what the prize was because they don't know. But yeah, it's been really fun and interesting to see all the stuff that they're doing. You'd be curious to see. I'll put some I can link it in the Discord. I'll link you to my favorite. Yeah, I'll post a link in Discord. So it's basically, it's like a group of like, I don't know how many girls, like 8 to 10 girls. And they're all in this survival world together. Survival for now. Yeah, link that to me as well. It's like, I feel like I'm blasting like through so much content that like I need something to like put on during the day. But yeah, so it's like each one of these creators is making their own YouTube videos. So it's like you get to see it from a lot of different perspectives and in a lot of different styles. It's really interesting to watch all these videos. And then some of them are also doing live streams as part of this like world where they're like just doing like resource collecting or decorating and stuff like that. So yeah, it's been really fun for me to watch and enjoy. And I found a lot of new people to follow and consume. It's probably not educational in terms of gameplay. No, I mean, I don't really need it to be educational per se. A lot of times I'm learning. It's not even like I'm specifically learning from these videos. It's like I might see something that I never thought about or I didn't know that was possible, that I'm not necessarily like learning how to do or make from that person, but something that I can go look up on my own later to try to do in my own world. Yeah, so like the iron farms, like all these like automated farms, like I would never have known how to do or even about them if I wasn't like watching content about Minecraft and seeing other people just be like, oh, I made this iron farm. Like honestly, a lot of times like for the kind of like type of creators that I watch, it's more about building the buildings and stuff like that. But they might be like, oh, I made this iron farm and I watched a tutorial about how to do it. So if you want to go watch a tutorial, I linked it in the description. But now I'm just going to build this really nice building around it. And that's kind of my vibe. You don't know shit about Minecraft, but it's fun to watch. Yeah, I also think it's fun to watch. I think it's fun to watch and play. But for me, sometimes I like more kind of like chill videos with commentary. There's a lot of Minecraft videos out there that don't have any commentary, and like because I'm watching while I'm working, I like to have like somebody actually talking. And then sometimes the videos are just like it, you know, it's like just depends on the creator in general. If they're like really like loud and punchy and jump cuts and stuff like that, I probably wouldn't really enjoy them that much, because it's a lot of movement and activity for me. I'm very low key. Yeah, silent gameplay, like it would be different if it was a game that had voice acting and stuff in it, but it's literally just like Minecraft sounds. I don't know. Anyways, I'm about to end the stream, coming up to the 2-hour mark. I'm a little tired. Any other comments, questions, or concerns before I head out for the day? I feel like that like weird Minecraft tangent sent a lot of people to the nether realm. So if you have any fitness questions or other questions in general, like go ahead and throw them at me. Otherwise, I'm gonna probably head out and go play more Minecraft. You liked it? You're the kind of person that likes to hear, I feel like just about anything, likes to hear just about anything, as long as somebody is like really into it. And that's the one thing I like about you, Pagro. Not much for Minecraft yourself. Yeah, it's like, I feel like it's you either love it or you're just like not into it at all, and that's totally valid. You know, it's like that with anime too. You're either really into it or you're just like whatever. You just don't really care, and that's neither here nor there. It's just the way things are. Yeah, you're like one of those people that's excited for other people when they're excited about something, whatever it is. Yeah. Minecraft is an awesome game to relax, depending on what way you're playing it. I think I'm getting better at flaring the lats out like this. But it makes my tummy hurt. My tummy is sore. Yeah, we're all good. Thank you all for coming to the live stream. Appreciate you. Just a reminder, I will not be streaming next week because I'll be out of town on a trip for work. But I will be back the week after, unless I'm really fucked up or sick. I don't know, I might get sick. Hopefully not. I don't want to jinx myself, but hopefully everything will be fine. It's like a work thing. It's like all paid for, bro. I gotta go now. So I will see you all the week after that. Obviously, I'll be in the Discord. I will send links in the Discord that I mentioned, and hopefully I don't forget anything, because I tend to do that. Yeah, if you would like to subscribe and you haven't already, you can do so by pressing this button here. If you want to watch more videos, this is what the algorithm is recommending to you, or you can watch the playlist of all the live streams. Don't forget to be responsible for your own gains. Don't be a dick, and control your cock. And I will see you all in 2 weeks, or in the Discord, which is linked in the description below. Bye.